Once upon a time, in a peaceful valley surrounded by lush green hills, there was a little village called Meadowbrook. Right in the middle of the village, there was an enchanted river that sparkled as if it held thousands of tiny stars. The villagers relied on this river for water, fishing, and crops, and they all believed it was magical. People said that if you were pure of heart, the river would grant you a special wish. But there was one rule: only those who give without expecting anything in return would ever see the magic. In Meadowbrook lived a humble fisherman named Elias. Elias wasn't rich and didn't own much, but he was kind and had a heart full of gratitude. Every morning, he would walk to the river, greet it kindly, and say, "Dear river, thank you for providing us with food and water. I hope I can serve you in return." Elias caught only what he needed, leaving enough for other fishermen. If his net caught a small fish, he would gently release it back, saying, "Grow strong, little one, and come back to visit when you are bigger." One day, as Elias was fishing, he noticed a strange glow under the water. It was a shimmering blue light, swirling in patterns, like the river was speaking to him. A voice whispered, "Elias, you have shown kindness to others without asking for anything in return. For your goodness, the river will grant you one wish." Elias was surprised but didn't hesitate. "Thank you, dear river, but I have everything I need. My village is happy, and I have my health and friends. I don't need anything else." The river's light glowed brighter. "Elias, you have passed the test. However, take this gift, for your kindness deserves a reward." With that, a small vial of water, glowing with the same blue light, floated to the surface. The river explained, "This vial contains the power to heal any wound or illness. Use it wisely, but remember, it can only be used once." Elias accepted the gift and thanked the river, but he didn't think much about it. He slipped the vial into his pocket and went back to his simple life, helping his neighbors and sharing whatever he had. Months went by, and one day a terrible storm came to Meadowbrook. It rained for days, and when it finally stopped, the villagers found their crops destroyed. The river had risen and overflowed, causing many of the homes to be damaged. With no crops, food soon became scarce, and the villagers grew anxious. Elias decided to share what little he had saved from his fishing. Every day, he would go out, catch as much as he could, and give it to those in need. But as the weeks went on, even Elias's net started coming up empty. The river, which has always been generous, seemed to hold back. The villagers started to panic. They thought the river was angry with them and that they would never have food again. They came together and argued over what to do. Some people suggested taking whatever they could from the river, but Elias spoke up. "Friends, remember, the river has always given us enough. Perhaps if we show our gratitude, it will return to us in kindness." But many of the villagers were too desperate to listen. In the days they followed, some people went to the river and tried to take more than they needed. hoping to fill their own baskets. One morning, Elias heard that the village elder, an old woman named Lila, had fallen gravely ill. She had spent her life caring for others and she was loved by everyone. Elias knew that the magic vial from the river could save her, but he hesitated. What if another storm came and the village needed the vial for someone else? He took a walk by the river, thinking deeply. As he walked, he saw a group of children by the bank, looking weak and hungry. He realized that the whole village was his family and their needs were greater than his own. River, he called softly, I will give up my gift if it means you will continue to care for our village. I ask only for you to keep us safe and provide for us again. The river shimmered faintly, as if listening to his words. Then Elias made a decision. He took the vial and poured it gently into the river, giving back the healing magic. Instantly, the river's water sparkled, and the entire village felt a rush of warmth. The crops began to sprout, and the fish returned in abundance. Even Lila, the village elder, began to heal as if by a miracle. The villagers were amazed. They realized that the river had rewarded Elias's selfless act by blessing the entire village. They understood that it wasn't just about taking from the river but giving back with gratitude and respect. From that day forward, they shared their resources, took only what they needed, and cared for one another like a family. And as for Elias, he lived his life just as humbly as before. But whenever he walked by the river, it would sparkle a little brighter, as if in gratitude for his kindness. And so, the village of Meadowbrook learned an important lesson. When you give without expecting anything in return, the world has a way of giving back to you. True magic lies in selflessness and gratitude, and those who are kind and giving will always be rewarded. Good night, dreamers. Remember, kindness is a gift you can give every day. Just like the river, the more love and gratitude you share, the more it flows back to you. May your dreams be filled with gentle rivers, starry skies, and the magic of giving. Sleep well and wake up ready to make the world a little brighter. Sweet dreams.